Enterprise will boldly go further into the final frontier when Star Trek Strange New Worlds returns for its second season. But right now, they're bold enough to answer some burning questions for me and my first officer, Mr. Scott.
Please welcome Anson Mount, Ethan Peck, Celia Rose Gooding, Christina, Chong, and Paul Wesley. Well, we love Strange New Worlds here at IGN, and we want to start just by asking all of you, do you have a highlight from the first season, like a particular moment or scene or line, anything like that?
Yes. My episode 8, the fantasy episode with my dog, Runa. I'm sorry, I can say this a million times, but I was so happy when she was written into the show. I could have just done those 2 scenes for the whole season. I would have been very happy.
I was rewatching the Spock Amok episode, and when you went to Pringer in your quarters, and Pike says, "Get out of town," and you say, "We are not in a town."
Oh yeah!
Kills me every time. The delivery of "We are not in a town" is so funny to me. So that's definitely a highlight.
Yeah, putting on the costumes for episode 8 was just so cool with my billowing hair.
Your Fabio Spock hair.
Yeah, it was great. I love that.
Just that episode, just improving and taking the absolute piss out of Babs, and not keep a straight face.
Oh, that was fun.
He breaks so easy, man. And
Yeah.
just, for whatever reason, my character just broke him up. I played that for all it was worth.
How about you, Paul?
Yeah, that episode for me, no, I wasn't. I was only in, 4 scenes, so all of those were very special to me, obviously, so I'll leave it at that. Although I do like that one line in that episode, in the finale, where Pike says, "Would you like some coffee?" And you say, "I do not drink coffee." And then he said, "Would you like some tea?" Or no, I drink tea. And he goes, "Would you like some tea?" No. Thank you. That was great.
Well, Paul, you are obviously in the final episode of season 1. Kind of talk to us a little bit about the dynamic between Pike and Kirk. Are we going to be able to see a mentor-mentee relationship develop out of that?
Yeah, I mean, anything you saw in the finale is kind of, it's strangely not applicable because it's an alternate timeline future. So when we meet Kirk again in season 2, it's not, there's no memory. He's meeting Pike for the first time. I think he's a young lieutenant. He's not a captain. He doesn't have that, formidable, Shatner-esque quality yet. And I think that he does take some mentorship, and he has a high degree of respect for Pike, for sure. Absolutely.
Christina, where are you when season 2 starts? You left the Enterprise. Are you hanging out with this guy?
I mean, listen, I can say that I have worked with Paul Wesley, and that it's very hard to work with him.
It is.
In a way, in a good way. He makes me laugh. So it's just look at him and he makes me laugh. I don't know what it is about
we go
your
into
face.
overtime. I don't know what it is about your funny face.
No, but I mean, listen, La'an is, we know that she's gone off to try and find Oriana's parents. So she is in season 2. And that storyline kind of continues in a way. She sees Pike. Kirk. Sorry, and Pike. She sees Kirk and Pike at different times. At different times.
That's true.
At different places in space.
Well, it's science fiction, so.
Yeah, exactly.
And not to pollute the mood too much, but I definitely wanted to ask you, Celia,
Yeah.
how did Uhura come to terms with the death of Hemmer?
Oh gosh, that's a fantastic question. I don't think she has. Mourning is a very complex, tangled, sticky experience, and untangling grief is not something that's done overnight. And she, of course, has this incredible crew that she leans on when she needs to. But I think in season 2, we see her sort of begin to look at the knot that is the grief that she's experiencing after losing her family and losing Hemmer. Loss has a funny way of really forcing you to look at the people around you and say, who can I lean on when I know that I'm fragile within myself and can't lean on the things that I've built up within myself. So myself, Uhura. She'll be okay, but she has to get through a couple of things first.
Anson, is Pike, is he at peace now with his future. A lot of season 1 was about him coping with the idea that maybe he could change things. Does he know what's going to happen, and is he just ready for it?
I think so. Yeah, I think that it's one thing to say you've accepted your future, and it's another thing to actually accept it, which I think was his arc in season 1. And now he's in a place where it's like when you meet some people with a terminal diagnosis, they will tell you, "I've never felt more alive," right? And I think he's now in that place, and is going to be a more fully realized version of himself moving forward.
Absolutely. Chong, I actually want to ask you a question. Did La'an learn to have fun by playing Enterprise Bingo?
I think she did, you know, in her own way. Even the fact that signing the Scorch scene with Una at the end of that episode, she cracked a smile for the first time, and that's huge for her to even crack a smile, you know? So I think she did in her own way, but she's still got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan, Spock really kind of lost control there in the well, actually, when related to Hammer's death. Are we going to continue to see that struggle, and is that a natural evolution of getting him to eventually the Nimoy Spock?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'll see Spock, I know that you will see Spock explore his human side more. And in a way that will then ultimately sort of affect his more immediate relationships in a really fun and interesting way, I hope, for viewers. But yeah, we'll see that carry on. And it's definitely a part of his evolution to becoming who he is. He needs to know himself more deeply as a human in order to become the Spock that Leonard Nimoy portrays in the original series.
Sure.
Speaking of Leonard Nimoy, Paul, we actually have a present for you considering it's your birthday.
Oh.
On Thursday.
It has to do with Leonard Nimoy?
No, but it has to.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, the original Captain Kirk, William Shatner, was here, and we had him actually react to your debut episode.
Oh
I want
my
to show you that right now. So it's Kirk
heard
reacting
about
to
this.
Kirk, reacting to Kirk.
Heard about
Great.
this.
wait.
So meta.
They might think we're just a reflection, echoes on their sensors. That way we won't lose them while we wait to hear back from Starfleet.
Used to have those sideburns, right?
little
I don't think he has them.
Maybe he's not James T. Kirk.
Oh.
He is. He's young and handsome and thin
Yeah.
and rich. So, he's
Was Captain Kirk
enviable.
rich?
Rich in experience,
Right.
and lovely women, and
What-
yeah.
What did you think of Paul's performance? Do you think he's got it?
Brilliant performance, a brilliant performer,
Yeah.
a guy who's going to go very far.
Is he as handsome as the original Captain Kirk?
I don't remember.
I saw William Shatner probably prior to this interview, and I paid him off to say that. Yeah. I slipped him a couple $100, so that's
Well, you're
how it
rich.
worked out. Yeah. He's so, you know, I saw him Thursday for the handprint ceremony. I gave a speech, and, you know, he's just really, truly, I couldn't be more thankful for his support. It really means a lot.
Thank you so much, guys. There's lots more Strange New Worlds in store for next year, exclusively on Paramount+. Stick around because there's tons more IGN at Comic-Con ahead. We'll be right back after this.